Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. This is Man Unveiled, a show that comes to you every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. In Man Unveiled, we say we are here to empower you as a man. This is a family show. You can ask your friends, your relatives, and the men around your life to share and listen to this, because every man needs to hear this. We are looking at a topic, gentleman's lifestyle, the lifestyle of a gentleman. Who is a gentleman? Which are these habits that every gentleman should have? Sometimes you have gone to meetings and someone just says something and said, this man is a gentleman. And at some other times, someone will say something and say, can't you be a gentleman? Who is a gentleman? I'm joined by gentlemen all the way from Nakuru City, county number 32.
Yes.
Good friends of mine, long time friends. If someone is a friend of yours for more than 10 years, that's a good friend, or 20 years, so to speak.
Yes.
Coach Johnny.
Oh yeah.
He's a dangerous man. I admire what you do, sir.
I'm humbled.
He is a weightlifter. This man is a gymnastic.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled.
Yes.
Nairobi. I'm happy to be here. I left this city in 2009, and I'm just happy to be back. My name is Coach Johnny, as you've heard. I've served many years as a youth pastor, as a youth mentor. I've served over 20 years as a gym instructor. So it's something that I loved so much. And now I currently live and work in Nakuru, running the Limitless Lifestyle Center. That's a community center comprising of a gym, a vocational training center, and a life coaching and counseling center. So basically, I work with men, I work with young people, and I live to empower. Now, if you're there, if you're listening to me, if you're from Nakuru, you're from Nairobi, hit a subscribe button over there, share, let somebody know that this show is happening and your life is about to be empowered. Thank you very much, Joe.
Now, we say that this is a family show, and I don't want battles. 2025, I'm a peaceful man.
Oh yeah.
There are some clips that goes around social media.
Yes.
They say I don't want peace. So I want peace 2025. So please say shout out to your family, sir.
Yes.
I know they are watching.
Oh, listen, I'm married to one wife who happens to be a girl.
Yes.
Right there. And if you see my wife, you will thank God for my eyes. My wife, Kerry, if you're watching me, I love you. So I'm married to Kerry with two beautiful girls. As a show of my love, we have been together for 15 years, happily married.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my family.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
At least I know Kerry. By the time you ended, I was still around.
Yes.
And we want to shout out to Pastor Andrew, Reverend Andrew
Yes.
Mwangi, JCC,
My man of
Nakuru
God.
Central, and Nakuru West.
Yes.
Wow. Together with Pastor Kathy. God
Yes.
bless you. That's where I was founded.
Yes.
That's where my foundation was laid.
Oh, wow.
Even as a minister.
They called me out into ministry, taught me everything that I know.
Yeah.
They had me pastor the youth church there for many years, 10 plus years.
Wow.
And everything that I am, I can attribute it to their mentorship. Yeah.
Reverend Andrew, God bless you, sir. I remember when I got a vision for my life, I came to see you and I told you about that God spoke to me about wisdom, and you really encouraged me.
Wow.
That one, I'll never forget.
Oh, wow.
Pastor Dr. Martin,
Yes.
another gentleman from Nakuru, doing some good work in the ministry, and a very aggressive man. I have known him as a youth pastor, as a youth leader, someone who is very passionate about young couples. And tonight, he is here with us. Kindly, sir, introduce yourself. Let people know that Dr. Martin is around.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Martin Gicharu. I am a pastor. I'm also a psychological counselor. And I've been a pastor now. This is my 11th year. And I thank the Lord for what he has done. Also, I run Whispers of Hope, whereby we talk to students and more so young people and young couples, encourage them on life and issues to do with life. And I want to give out a shout out. As you can see, I'm married to one beautiful girl called Mary, whereby we are blessed by 3 children, 1 son, and 2 very beautiful daughters, Luisa and Gloria. And I am excited to all my friends, all the men outside there. I want to encourage you, share these broadcasts, comment, send your questions. We are going to be blessed. I minister with the Full Gospel Churches of Kenya, Pipeline Local Church, under Bishop James Kimani Wanganga, and I am excited to be here together with all of us through the invitation of my friend Apostle Joe, who has been a friend for many years. The first time we met, it was during he was having a singles meeting.
Yes.
And I went to the meeting, and by the grace of God, we've been good friends up to now. I am excited to be here. I know that tonight you're going to be blessed and you're going to enjoy the show.
Wow, powerful, powerful. You can see that we have some firebrands, men who are ready to speak it as they feel it.
Yes.
And tonight I want to also say that I'm seriously married to Linias Joe, blessed with 1 young man and 2 beautiful girls. Linias Joe, God bless you. I know you're watching. And I also want to encourage those of us who are watching. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on your TV screens. If you can send your questions, let us also know where you are watching us from.
Yes.
You can feel generous to share this broadcast. My special appreciation to Apostle David Juma, our executive producer. God bless you. Together with Pastor Sunta, we are grateful that this broadcast is running.
Yes.
Wow. Coach Johnny,
Talk to me.
Yes.
when you hear of a gentleman,
Yes.
is there a difference between a man and a gentleman? Yes. Apart from being the word gentleman coming before the word man.
I would suppose it would have a lot to do with the mannerism.
Okay.
That a gentleman is a man
Yes.
who has been cultured.
Okay.
A man who has the mannerisms of culture, that he has intentionally weaved and tweaked himself, removing certain mannerisms from him. So that now he's no longer the man he used to be, he's now a gentleman.
Oh, okay.
There is a title to that. You know, back in the day, they used to have that title, the gentleman, and it had a lot to do with the British aristocracy, you know, the hierarchy from the noblemen. So I think that's where the term comes from,
Okay.
you know, and it has a lot to do with the culture of the noble culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like we have policeman. So this man, apart from being a man, he is also trained. That what the police means. You have gone through a thorough training.
Absolutely.
So a gentleman is someone who is cultured.
Cultured. So
Wow.
that now, when we say gentleman, we are saying as a policeman, you can be a police gentleman.
Oh,
so that
okay.
now not all policemen are cultured
gentle.
in the culture
Of being a man.
of being a man. So that now there's a distinction. And the distinction unfortunately doesn't come with birth. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't come with birth. It comes out of noble culture.
Yes.
Wow.
Out of being cultured, certain mannerisms, certain things you overlook, certain things that you're keen on, certain things that you are quick to do, that show that you're intentional about your mannerisms.
Yes.
Wow.
That you're no longer barbaric.
Oh my goodness. That's another jargon. Now, Dr. Martin,
Yes.
what are these culture? What is this culture? What are these values that makes a man a gentleman?
I would also say something to add on top of what you said, that a gentleman is responsibility.
Okay.
There are people, the culture, because out of the culture of a man, we believe, even from the biblical perspective, when you read the book of Corinthians, we are told that we should behave like men.
Okay.
We need to be like men. So a man is, how responsible are you? You see, there are people who are not responsible, as what Coach Johnny has said, so they don't have that culture of responsibility. They live a life whereby, and I don't care kind of life. So once they leave that one, that culture, because the difference between a man and a boy and a gentleman is how responsible you are. Are you fulfilling your duties? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? And as we discuss, we'll be looking much on the same. This culture of responsibility. And when we talk further even more about culture, we need also to see what are some of the new cultures that have come up that are really making like the expectation, because there is an expectation of a gentleman, and there is an expectation of just a man, a normal man.
But maybe, Dr. Martin, do you think that there is a higher expectation for a man, for a gentleman? Because sometimes people will say, this guy, there are things you do in life, and somebody will comment, this guy is a gentleman. Or someone will send you to someone and will tell you, and that guy, I'll give you this number, and this guy is a gentleman. What are the expectations that comes with a man being a gentleman?
An example of a gentleman is a man who follows his word. A man who follows his word. If for example, he says, I will do it, he really does it. If you go to a business concept, let's say, for example, he's a mechanic. If he tells you, I'm working on it, a gentleman is really working on it. And whereby the agreement that you have, there is an expectation. There is always that expectation. And what makes people to be gentlemen is when you meet the desired expectation.
Wow.
I expect you will do 1, 2. When you do that, the expectation, the realistic expectation, then I will see you are a true gentleman.
And I think that is why we have a gentleman's agreement.
That
we agree as men that this is what
they say. A man is as good as his word.
Exactly.
Wow.
Just picking up from what he said, because a man is as good as his word. 2 words he mentioned. You know, in the Kikuyu culture, the young man is called mwanake. Mwana ke.
Baby.
Mwana ke. Baby. Take. Baby. Take. So the idea is that a boy is a taker. But a man is a giver.
Oh my goodness.
So when you're talking about responsibility, in fact, when you hyphenate, when you split that word into 2, what it actually says is responsibility. So your ability to respond. What is needed here. So the man is the one who is able to respond. To respond adequately. So the man is now saying, hapa kunahitajika peace. Let me be a peacemaker. Hapa kunahitajika time management. Let me be quick on it. So that is when he's saying, a man is as good as his word. A mechanic amekwambia kuja kesho saa 10. So that now people around him, without his input, can say, Dr. Martin alikwambia saa 10. Mngojee saa 9. He's never late. In fact, if he's late, chances are he's not coming. Because this is a man of his word. What is he? A gentleman.
A gentleman.
Responsibility. And there's a man called Abraham Lincoln. Who once said that the price of greatness is responsibility. Dr. Martin, and by the way, Dr. Martin is a doctor. Not the other one. Ile ya kusoma. You know, nowadays it's good to. It's very important to put things clear. Johnny, if tomorrow I hear you saying you are a doctor,
I tell you that there'll be many questions. Starting with myself.
But it's good if it comes the right way, without casting any, aspersion. So, Dr. Martin, we are talking about these men. And we are living in a society where men are facing a lot of battles. A lot of expectations. And sometimes you feel like if this man is jobless, he's not able to provide for his family. You hear people say that he's not a gentleman. He does nothing. But this man just lost his job. This man maybe is going through emotional and psychological battles. Maybe he's even fighting depression. What is, we want to help a man watching us tonight. How can we tell that this man is a gentleman, and he's, even if he's fighting these battles, he may not? Is it just the aspect of responsibility? This man doing, maybe paying rent, providing for his family. What about that man who is really trying to fight hard to make sure that this one, but things are not just working, Dr. Martin?
I will look at it from 2 angles. One of it, your habits. your habits take time. And also, the habits that as a man you have, those habits come to form you.
Okay.
What do I mean? Let's say, for example, as a man, sometimes you will be judged as a man not by what you are going immediately.
What you are going through at the moment.
At the moment.
Yes.
Because sometimes, and I think the society, we need to come to a point whereby don't judge a man by what they are currently going.
The battles that they are fighting.
The battles they are having at the moment. Look back. Go back a little back. Go a few months. Go a few years. Look at the habits of this man.
Okay.
Because I would judge a man, for example, yes, things happen. Today I am employed. Today I'm having money. I'm driving this car. I'm eating. I'm taking my family wherever. But at times comes and things change.
Yes.
And as men, you need to be flexible. So I would judge a man based on where he has come from.
Okay.
If you have been a man with a character, a man with a habit of responsibility,
Okay.
it will be understandable that you've hit a hard patch. You've just come to your rock bottom. So the society, even to judge men, don't judge men because of what they are going today. It could be that, Joe, I've been your friend, and probably you are in a need as a man, and I feel I want to come to help you now. But at the moment, I am not able even to give you 500. How do you judge me? You judge me. There is a time we were together back, and when you did something, I supported you. You will not judge me by what we are going through here.
This man has been there for me before.
This man has been there.
I know if he was in a position,
Exactly.
he could have done this.
Exactly. He would have taken the children to school. He would have finished painting the house. He would have done that. But he has hit rock bottom. So now ako pale chini. So as a man, sometimes we men mostly are judged when they are down. And sometimes the society, and to the surprise, other men forget when this man was on high. So even when you're on high, that from that time moving on forward will be very important as we come to judge you, or whatever word we will say, we will look at your past. What have you been doing? Have you been responsible? If you've been responsible and reached a point you are not responsible, we will say, we know this man has been responsible, only that he has hit rock
this
bottom.
moment.
At this moment. I always say this, sometimes I find myself without money. And I feel like my family understand is that I am temporarily out of cash. If my daughter comes wants something and I don't have, if I tell them today I don't have, they understand because they know Baba Saizi, Hana. But when there is, if there is something I'm supposed to do, I have that habit. I have a culture of taking care or doing or performing all my
meeting your responsibilities.
Yes.
I have a daughter called Sophie.
Yes.
Every time she wants something from me, anakuja ananiuliza, Daddy, uko na mado?
Yes. Tunafadana. Wangu anasema mapesa.
And that tells you that they understand that sometimes there is no money.
Of
Yes,
course.
yes.
And you see, I think for men, men are judged a bit too harshly.
Yes.
Because sometimes circumstances reveal the man. Thank God for circumstances.
Yes.
It is circumstances that reveal to us who we are.
Yes. Yes.
Because sometimes we don't know who we are
Yes.
until we go through something.
That's true.
And then we realize, hiya, kumbe I didn't need these friends.
Yes.
Kumbe I didn't need these things.
Yes.
Sometimes the best things to happen to a man is when everything is removed.
Okay.
Left to himself.
Yes.
You know, I've seen something. I've seen it can go both ways.
Yes. Yes.
It can be that the man, when he's down, is very well cultured. He's humble.
Yes.
He's available. He's a giver.
Yes.
Because he's broke. But tested with money.
In fact, Coach Johnny, every person is generous when they have nothing. You are always very generous when you have nothing. When you have, even in churches.
Yes.
You are always giving everything when you don't have anything.
Yes.
God, I give you everything. Yet you don't have anything.
For sure.
But
And now,
once you get it,
the thing is, some men, I dare say, are only faithful because they cannot sustain an affair.
yes.
But once they get the money,
Yes.
who is the man?
Yes.
So circumstances are good.
Yes.
For any man watching this show, and you are down, ni leo tu.
Ni leo tu.
This is it's a head start.
Ni leo tu.
It is just a head start.
Yes.
Umepewa to work on your character. Before you know it, the curtains will be open.
Yes.
And you'll get to reveal to us who you truly are.
Yes.
Because many times you imagine that you're being tempted when there is no money, when you're down, people have left you. But the real temptation is when the money comes.
Oh yes. And many times you don't know how to behave when money comes.
Yes.
We can be very cultured when we have. In fact, you know when and this is our show. Men is our show. You know, when I have nothing, in fact,
Men behave so well.
In fact, I'm very humble. You know, you be in the house the whole day wearing a kakinyasa, a short there.
Yes.
And that's the time you are telling watoto abujubuju. You know, you are a very good family for sure.
Looking at the homework.
Oh yes, and what did the teacher do? When you have money, you enter the house at 10.
Yes.
You become
And
busy.
now, and now
You become busy.
Nobody can even question you.
Yes.
No,
But anyway, a car without fuel cannot move.
No, it cannot move.
So when the man has money,
Actually,
Yes,
money makes men mobile.
actually, there was a lady.
Yes.
And this goes to men. Huh?
Yes.
I think men, we need to have a habit whereby we are very intentional
Yes.
with what we want to do. There was a lady who was complaining that when we have nothing,
Yes.
Muzee is very good.
Yes.
When we have nothing, he talks to me.
Yes.
But when things come, when money comes, Muzee is not available. Muzee, so sometimes men, let us maintain a lifestyle whereby is not determined by when we have
Value-based lifestyle.
or when we don't have. So that today, if today you get 100,000, it will not shock you. Tomorrow, if you change, it will not shock you. There is that consistency. As a man, there is your natural nature.
Wow.
There is your natural character that is not affected by the things you have and the things you don't have. Yeah, by the time that you are having a car, now you can do things, and by the time you are not having, it's like you are supposed, as a man, as a gentleman, your behavior is constant.
Wow.
Whether you are on top and when you are down
there.
they can know, like,
Wow.
Dad, my husband, this man does not change. He is constant. What he is doing, he is following it through.
Wow.
So when he has money, still anasalimia watu. Do you know there are men that even when they get money, they forget their friends? True.
Wow.
So there are people who just know huyu akipata pesa, huyu atatusahau.
Ukiona haongei yako na pesa.
Ukiona haongei,
You know,
zimeingia.
I'm reminded.
Yes.
And this is a true story.
Yes.
I had a friend back in the day. This is many years when I lived in Nairobi. And so this man was very humble, you know, running around.
Yes.
You know, very humble, very nice. And amongst us, he was the one who was born again.
Yes.
So, you know, you even want to pray for him. Mungu kumbuka yule ndugu. So one time I shared with a friend of mine. I said, hey, by the way, that brother, if there is one guy I would wish God and bless, before the words were leaving my mouth,
Yes.
the guy said, no. We are praying opposite prayers. If God was to bless
We arrest those prayers.
because he said they would get him jobs.
Yes.
They would get him a job.
Yes.
This man is very humble, very nice.
Yes.
But as soon as they get him the job,
Yes. The man changes.
the man changes. And the change is as black and white.
Wow.
Just
Is a totally
night and
different
day.
person.
Yes.
And so anytime it would happen like clockwork, they would have to go back behind the scenes and call the boss, say, bwana, punguza hiyo mshahara. Punguza hizo bonus.
This guy is killing us.
This guy, I mean, the guy cannot maintain a family. He can't do anything. Why? What has happened? Something has entered him. Now, the thing is, and I love what you're saying. I have a question for you, gentlemen. If a tree should fall in a forest, and there is no one there to hear it fall, does it still make a sound?
Of course, yes.
It still does.
Because trees make a sound when they fall.
When they fall,
They're
yes.
not doing it for the gallery. And some things we have to call ourselves ukamkutano.
Yes.
Nijiulize, surely, Johnny, who am I?
Yes.
When the cameras are not here.
Yes.
Who am I?
Yes.
Who am I
When money is not there.
When
Yeah.
money is not there.
When power
nobody
is not there.
Yes.
Who am I? Who is Johnny? Who am I, what is my appetite?
Yes.
What are my boundaries? Nikifika hapa, nitaanguka.
Yes.
What are those things?
Yes.
Who are my friends?
Yes.
Who is in my inner circle?
Inner circle, yes.
What is my core responsibility? And
Yes.
most importantly, because I can't go without saying that a man is defined by his vision.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
What is my vision?
Yes.
And how committed am I to
Does the vision does the vision possibly define the mannerisms of a man or the habits of a man?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
In fact, they say we don't need supervision. What we need is a supervision.
Yes.
A big vision of ourselves. Tukipata hiyo, itatuambia wakati tu wa kuamka. It will tell us what time we need to wake up.
Yes.
It will supervise our appetite. It will tell us to save. Nobody has to come and check on you whether you are saving or
not.
No, the vision is supervising that. Nobody has to come and check whether you are staying home with your wife. No,
Yes.
the vision you have of a happy family is
Will push
supervising
you. Will push you.
Is checking on you.
Yes.
So that ultimately a man is really defined by his vision.
Yes.
How committed, how clear that vision is to him.
Yes.
Even the habits he desires will come
Yes.
from that.
They are pushed. They are pushed by that vision that you have. And if I give, for example, when back in the year 2012, I remember I was not married yet. But I remember there's something that I really desired. And one of my prayer was, God, before I reach the age of 40 years, before I clock 40, you know, they say life begins at 40. So I've not started living. So before I clock 40 years, God, I want to attain a PhD. That was my prayer. 2012.
Wow.
And let me tell you, as what you said, Coach Johnny, that one pushed me. Sometimes there is no money. But there is a vision.
Yes.
There is what I want. There is what I'm committed to.
Love it.
Sometimes it becomes so hard. I've been coming to Nairobi since 2012 on a weekly basis until last year, December 2024. So over 12 years, I've been on this road weekly. Sometimes I don't have fare. But let me tell you, that vision,
yes.
that what I want to achieve was pushing me, making sure that I wake up early. Sometimes you have to write.
Yes.
Because the vision that I have, even as a pastor, I don't want just to be an ordinary pastor. There is something beyond that I want to do. And that vision pushed me.
Wow.
You see, education is expensive. It taught me things to do on savings.
Yes.
How
Financial management.
Financial management. Timelines. How do I manage the timelines?
Wow.
My lifestyle. I had to change. I don't. So we meet with you. We could meet with you,
Yes.
and we would eat chicken.
Yes.
So that there are time we would meet with you and we just take tea.
Yes.
And I'm very comfortable because of the vision that I have.
And we even say that when you meet,
Yes.
it's not about the eating.
Yes.
It's not about the taking, but the talking.
Yes.
So stop this habit of going to a hotel and eating like somebody who is relocating.
Yes.
My goodness. We are coming to you, Coach Johnny. So the next time you are invited in a meeting, please eat home first.
Yes.
Then go and take a snack in
Yes.
a hotel so that you'll be invited next time.
Yes.
I can see that we are just about to go for a break, but keep
Yes.
writing to us. We will be sampling your messages, and we love your feedback because they say that feedback is the breakfast for champions.
Yes.
Keep it right there.
Yes.
Man Unveiled.
Yes.
Getting back in a moment.
Elevate your brand with Elevate TV, a premier media station in the country. We specialize in video production, live coverage, advertising and social media marketing. We do quality production for YouTube videos, podcasts and live events. Transform your vision into reality with creativity and precision. Call us today and elevate your story on 0705 872 237.
Yes, and welcome back to Man Unveiled. We are right here waiting for this gentleman to break it as it is. And we are so delighted to have Coach Johnny all the way from County number 32 and Dr. Pastor Martin all the way from Nakuru. We are grateful to have you, gentlemen. We are looking at the gentleman's lifestyle. And you people are speaking some powerful speakings, some powerful bugger points.
Yes.
Just defining what it is to be a gentleman.
Yes.
And maybe at the end of this show, you'll be able to, I'll approach some of my few friends. I'll ask them, am I a gentleman? Because it's good to know.
Yes.
You might be thinking you are a gentleman,
But you are not.
and you are not. And you know, you don't say that I'm a gentleman. Margaret Thatcher once said that being a leader is like being a woman. If you have to say that you are, then you are not.
Chances are you're not.
You are not. So you should not say that you are. People should talk about you.
Yes.
People should say that you are a gentleman. So we were at Johnny.
Yes.
We were talking about the vision.
Yes.
And how a vision supervises a man.
Yes.
That you don't need someone to tell you to wake up early, because I believe as a gentleman,
Yes.
even either you sleep late or you wake up early.
Yes.
There's no two way about
There
it.
are no two ways
Yes.
about it. The man is defined by what he does.
Yes.
All right.
Let us first make a distinction between men and women, because we live in totally different worlds.
Yes.
Because a woman is defined by relationships.
Yes.
She gets her identity from her relationships. Our culture, basically, if I meet you, the first thing I'll ask you is, what do you do?
Yeah.
But if I meet a woman, many times she'll be asked, about her
Family
her
and-
family, her children, because that's primarily where she's coming from.
Yes.
And so for a man, it doesn't matter what you go through. Don't lose sight of the vision.
Yes.
The
Yes.
vision is the currency of a man. When you lose sight of it, you are broke, whether you have
Yes.
money or not.
Yes.
When you lose sight of your vision, you are broke.
You are
You're
broke.
broke.
Yes.
Whether you have
That-
money or not.
That is
Yes.
the currency. It is what drives you. It is the engine of a man.
Yes.
So that now, it does not matter how much money is in the bank. It matters what vision I have.
Yes.
Because you could be running very fast in the wrong direction.
Yes.
I could be here today, but my vision is translocating me very fast somewhere else.
Yes.
That's why you never lose sight. As a man, wherever you are, jitume mtoto wetu. Why? Because this world will only call you
Yes.
by your vision.
Yes.
And so you must know yourself and must know that this vision is the reason I am here.
Yes.
And after I am gone, I must leave a legacy.
Yes.
Someone is saying here,
Yes.
Jenny, says that I have that vision. But I'm not going in. You know, it says that I have tried. Things are not working.
You are stuck.
These things need money. I have a vision of opening this business. In fact, I'll be the greatest businessman the world have ever seen. But I don't have capital.
Oh, fantastic. I know of another capital that God gives freely. And the Bible calls it time.
Yes.
The Bible says time and chance happen to them all. That means
Yes.
you don't need to pray for time.
Yes.
And time is the resource you use to create money.
Yes.
Show me where your money is, and I will tell you what you've been spending your time on. Money is as a result. It's an outcome.
Yes.
Money is an outcome of how much time you have spent in relationships. Money is an outcome of how much you've invested into your business.
Yes.
Money is an outcome of how much time you have invested. So the thing is, time is the resource that you use to purchase money. So yes, young man, you may not have the money, but you have time.
Yes.
That time that you have is an investment. Think of it. In fact, they say we have about 86,000 seconds per day. So that is God investing into your bank account.
Yes.
So how much are you spending into your vision? You see, the thing is, you could either be working on your job,
Yes.
or you're working on yourself.
Okay.
Either way, be a worker.
Okay. That is dangerous.
And to push it further,
Yes, sir.
we don't buy things by the money in our pocket.
No way.
We buy things or we do things from the heart.
Oh, wow.
Because how many people have money and they are not doing what they are doing? And how many people are doing things and they don't have money?
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's all about how much does it mean to you? How much does it mean to you? If I give this example, when I knew it is my time to go to school, I remember quite vividly. It was on a Wednesday, around 5:30 p.m. And when I was talking, I met somebody and he told me there is a school that is open. And the condition is you start tomorrow. That time I didn't have money. I only had 10 shillings. I had 10 shillings. And I've been told tomorrow you are supposed to go to school. And I felt it was so much burning in me, and I said, it doesn't matter, nitaenda. Mwalimu hatajua sina pesa. And I'm telling you, the following day, I put on a very nice suit. Very nice, so that when I go to school, they will think I'm rich.
You want to sell fear?
Yes. And I went, I had 10 shillings. Actually, I walked to class. About 5 kilometers, I walked by foot. I didn't even have transport. And I entered the classroom. When the teacher looked at me, smartly dressed, and I said, by the end of, because I just had this yesterday, in the next 2 weeks, I will pay.
Yes.
And that is how I went to school. And let me tell you, that is how I started my journey. But if I check, like, I have the opportunity, it is here, but I don't have money. So somebody saying that you don't have money, I'll tell you, that dream that you have, make it a reality.
Start from where you are.
Start from where you are. One thing that I tell people sometimes when I go, I meet students, and I hear somebody telling me, I want to become an accountant. This is the problem. It's just like what we do with the students. They say, I want to become an accountant. For me, I tell them, don't wait to become. Start being. Start behaving like an accountant. How does an accountant behave? Does they carry so many biros? The red, the black, the blue? Carry them. Carry them. Have them.
You cannot say you want to become an accountant. You don't even have a pen.
Yes. You see, for me, I knew I wanted to be a pastor when I was in class 4.
Oh, wow.
In class 4. And let me tell you, I started behaving like a pastor.
Yes, the time I met you, you were behaving like
yes,
one.
Everybody is calling me a pastor. I knew I am a pastor.
Yes.
So I made sure, even if when I went there, at time because of poverty, I was a young man, I would meet a man like you. You'd give me your coat. So if I wear it is here.
Yes.
But I said I will wear like a pastor.
Pastors wear like this.
Pastors wear like this.
Yes.
Pastors talk like this. That dream that you have, don't wait for it until you see it.
No. Yes.
Start living it today. Start living it today. Start behaving like that. You want to be a pilot? Get to know how do pilots talk. You want to be whatever it is. You want to have a supermarket.
Get the details.
And you are having a small kiosk.
Yes.
Arrange it like a supermarket.
Yes.
It will eventually come. But if you wait for money,
Yes.
my friend, you will continue waiting. Money will not come.
In fact, they say children born in poverty are 4 times more likely to make it in life than children born in riches.
Yes.
Why? Because they have something in them that
Yes.
is driving them.
Yes.
Hapana. It is not here to huru. Hapana. Hapana. And you see, the thing is, because of hardship, the one thing you know is you are clear you don't have.
Yes.
But the one thing also you are clear is that you can have.
Yes.
Wow.
The possibility of having.
Yes.
So that you don't need money. That between me and where I'm going is not money.
It's
no,
not
no,
money.
No.
Yes.
It's the dream.
It's the dream.
The
Money
goodwill.
will follow me. Money will come to where
The
I'm coming.
passion is pushing you.
Maybe Johnny, because I know a little bit of your story.
Yes.
And the way you are dying with that gym.
Yes.
My friend, Mara, you are in town. Mara, umefunga town. You know, for the several times I met you,
Yes.
the gym was in different locations.
Yes. Yes.
And at some time you didn't have even the facilities.
Yes.
My goodness.
The next time I found you, you told me there are things I have now. Those things, and you know, the next time you have brand new things. Now,
Yes.
tell us, share with us that
Let me
story,
tell
because
you,
we are looking
in
at the
fact,
vision now as a man.
I want somebody there sitting here.
Yes.
I wrote a letter to myself.
Yes.
I'd just been, do I say translocated from my job? I'd
Yes.
just been fired from my
Yes.
job. The gym had
No,
closed
you
down.
fired your boss.
The gym had closed down. Actually, the gym had closed down.
Okay.
So when I went home,
Yes.
here in Nairobi, I used to live in Roysambu. I lived there for 9 years.
Yes.
So I wrote a letter to myself. I said, dear member, if you are reading this, then it's a testimony. I have opened my own gym. I was
After the job
the
going
job
down.
is over. I have no money, but I have a pen and I have paper.
Yes.
I sat down and designed the gym I want. I want to build.
Wow.
I designed the gym.
Maybe
I
you
wrote
had
it down.
savings, sir.
Yes. So
You had some savings.
No.
Okay. You know you are planning and you are writing.
No.
Okay.
The only
By
thing
faith.
I had a biro and paper.
Okay.
Yes.
So things got so bad. I didn't leave Nairobi on a party. I left Nairobi crying.
Yes.
You were running away.
I was running away. Things had gone from bad to worse.
Yes.
So nikarudi mashambani. At the time Jimmy Gate was singing nikarudi mashambani. That was me.
Muhadhara. Alikuwa umepata na muhadhara.
So when I get to Nakuru,
Yes.
I get to Nakuru and I start farming tomatoes. Because sometimes you have to fund your vision.
Yes.
I start farming tomatoes.
Yes.
And I get to a certain amount. Now we are married, newly married with my wife. And my wife, we wanted to rent a place, like he said, he moved from places to places. The first place it was to be.
In fact, you
was
look
in
like Abraham. I said,
but God is
Tents
merciful. But God is merciful. So ilikuwa kwa bar, mahali juu. My wife came and said, no, hapana. Hapa mwambie tu ukweli. She's telling the landlord, mwambie ukweli, hapa hatutakuja. Tuende nyumbani tukaombe Mungu atupatie place yetu. So I was so upset. And that I thank God for my pastor.
Yes.
Reverend Andrew.
Yes.
I went to him, I said, you know, my wife amekataa kurent pale town. And he said, you know, usually they have an intuition.
Yes.
So listen to your wife. I was very upset, but I listened anyway.
yes.
And she said, money will come from where money comes from.
Okay.
I got a call. Thank God for friends. I got a call from a friend telling me kuna gym inauzwa Isili. Come and buy hata kama ni mashini moja. So I get into the matatu. I'm coming to buy one machine. So nikuje nijitetee kwa the owner. And true to his word, when I got there, the owner was a warrior. The owner ended up selling to me the entire gym for the price of one machine.
What do you mean?
It is not money you need.
Yes.
It is not money you need.
Yes.
This man had removed all that equipment, the old equipment used to see. He had kept it kwa balcony, ilikuwa inanyeshewa. I sat down, I said to him, umeona watu wanakufa na diabetes? Umeona watu wanakufa na blood pressure? Hiyo sio magonjwa ya daktari, hiyo ni magonjwa yangu, mimi nitengeneze. Hizi mashini, hiyo ndio kazi yake. The man said, hey, hata mimi niko na sukari. I said to him, these ones can help. The man gave them to me. Alisema uko na pesa ngapi? I gave them to him. It was little, but it was enough.
That was your seed capital.
It was my seed capital. Coming home that evening.
Yes.
Coming home that evening with a truck full of equipment.
Yes.
Do you think I was counting my money?
And
No.
you are going for one.
Let me tell you something, Dr. Martin.
Yes.
Tukifika Naivasha,
Yes.
the driver, huyu driver, ndio alinunua chai Naivasha.
You don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
You have God.
But the story nimempatia. Mwenye anaona it.
I now get the impression that people keep saying that me and God are the majority.
Yes. Exactly.
So, over time, gym iko.
Yes.
During the day, I have the gym. The machines are not working. But I would be an excellent aerobics instructor.
Yes.
So you come to the gym, you say, hii machine haifanyi, lakini wacha nikuoneshe kitu inafanya. I make you sweat.
Yes.
And over time, many times I folded. But the vision kept burning.
Yes.
The vision kept burning. The vision kept burning. And that's
Yes.
why I'm encouraging somebody. Don't give up.
Yes.
Because many times, God is not just working on the vision. He's working on you.
Yes.
Because many times now today, it is not just a gym. It is a community center.
It's a community center.
It is the place where I apply my trade. So when I look at what I have become over the years,
Yes.
if God had given me the gym 15 years ago, I would have just built a gym. But today, because of the skills and the way He has taken me,
The journey.
I am there to encourage the people. Don't give up.
I want to tell our viewer this true story because I've been part of his story.
Yes.
I remember the time I met you, man of God.
Oh man.
I think that time things were not good.
Yes. Allow me to say this.
But
Allow me to say this. This man, before I ever stood on stage to speak,
Yes.
thank you, Jesus, gave me 500 shillings, called me to come to town. He said, I think you are a very good public speaker.
Yes.
He has never heard me speak. He has never seen. In fact, at that time,
Yes.
there is no hope. But he said, shika hii 500. Go and register. Go and do business cards. My first business cards were of a gym that did not exist.
Yes.
And I wrote behind their motivational speaker, gym instructor, team builder. 500.
He was everything in general and nothing in particular.
But
Thank you for believing in me.
That one has brought something so much because it's a show of men
Yes.
that I'm seeing. Huh?
Yes.
I wish this should be the habit of men, whereby, as a man, if you see potential in another man,
Yes.
support it.
That's being a gentleman.
Support it, because that is the character. That is what we were talking about it.
Yes.
Because it's not all about you cannot do everything.
Yes.
But if I see there is something that you can do, and I am at least at a place whereby I can lift up a man, let me do it. Because these are some of the things that sometimes we go through as men and nobody understands. I remember sometimes it was in 2014, around 2013. I am about to marry because I married in 2014. In 2014, my house got burned.
Oh God.
I lost everything. I lost my house. I had invested. One of the things that still pains me is the amount of books I had invested on. You know, that time you as a young man going and you are buying a book worth 10,000, it's a very big investment. So once my house was completely burnt down, I lost everything. One of the things that I remember after that, one of the things, some of my friends who actually were wearing my clothes, they would not even tell me to come and sleep kwa nyumba zao. You know, I felt so bad. But there was one friend. He's called Bernard Geshoi.
Wow.
If you look at him kwa Facebook, he's called Ben Wakegosho.
Okay.
This man, he was a truck driver. And he was in Nairobi. He told me, ufungu zangu ziko mahali fulani.
Wow.
Na hizo ufungu ziko hapo, ingie ulale. And when he was coming from Isli, he bought me some socks.
Wow.
And he bought me a shirt. That is something I cannot forget. Yes, as a man, I was so
appreciate that man. John
Yes.
Wakegosho, you
Ben Wakegosho. So this man, I remember at my lowest.
People know him in Nakuru.
Yes, he is known all over. He's known all over. So this man, you know, at that time, he knew as a man I had gone down. And he stood on me. I think that is like what Coach Johnny is saying.
Yes.
As on what we are talking. Let us, as men, let us have the habit of lifting other men. And thank you for this show, because this is the intention of the show.
Yes.
Whereby you are lifting a fellow man.
Yes, sir.
The government will not lift us.
No.
No, the government will not lift men. There is no fund for men.
Oh yes, but yes, of course.
There is no fund. There is women fund. Back then when we were
Men, we are alone.
Men, we are alone. I remember the points that I got when I was in class 8.
Yes.
I did not pass so much. I had 325 points.
You tried.
There was a girl who had 318. She went to a better school. She was called to a better school more than me.
Yes.
And it was assumed that as a man, I needed to do better. If the society is looking at us at large like that, you go to even to some banks, they will tell you, wewe mzee hatutakupea loan, but when your wife goes, she's given a loan. So for us men, let us support other men. Let us support other men.
I sympathize with the man at the well.
Yes.
Because when he said, I don't have a man.
Yes.
You know, many times we criticize that man, but we have all been there.
Yes.
Where we don't have a man. Where you are all by yourself.
Yes.
Naked and very ashamed.
Yes.
When you are by yourself and you're by your thoughts.
Yes.
And you have nowhere to go. You try knocking on doors and there is nobody there for you. And I've seen the reason many times we are very quick to lift others is because others
We've been
lift
there.
us.
Yes.
We've been there, and when we were down there in the trenches, somebody pulled us up.
Oh, I like that.
Somebody believed in me.
Yes.
And so many times I have found myself, even when I have nothing, when I have very little money in my phone, I send it to somebody in need.
Yes.
Because I know where I am right now.
Yes.
I can know where to get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But where he is right now, he doesn't need
He might not know. Yeah.
He doesn't need encouragement. He needs money.
This habit of men telling, if a man needs immediate help, please stop saying that you cannot give a man fish. That you are not even teaching him how to fish.
Yes.
You are not giving. There is a time when a man needs that fish
Immediately.
That is what
at that moment.
At that moment.
Yes.
Now, can the fish, please, can we talk? Can the fish come without msomo? Ama lazima izindikizwe na
15 minutes msomo before you handle him that 200 shillings.
Before I give you this 200, because you see, a man is a man.
Yes.
Whether he's down there, he's still king.
Yes.
His throne is not defined by the money he has.
Yes.
No. The dignity he carries in him is still intact.
Yes.
Wow. So that when you're giving him this 200, understand you don't know who you're giving. Tomorrow,
Save them msomo.
Save
Wacha
them
msomo.
somo.
Msomo
you
dakika
know, there
15.
are times unaweza pewa pesa na mtu mpaka usikie ni kama utamrudishia.
Ukweli.
Because amekupatia lakini kisindikishacho.
Actually,
escort.
you've said something. I remember very well. Sometimes, as a man, your dignity, you need to stand for it.
Yes.
I remember sometimes back in town, Nakuru town, I had helped somebody. This person was very senior. We had moved. I was the driver. You know, I've tried to do car hire business, private transportation. So this person knew about it, that I'm a good driver, and would call me. We transverse. I would move from here to Western. Then from there, we are in Kericho. We are there to Komoranga. We moved. And one time, when we were just leaving, and I have a family, when we were going home, he went into his pocket, removed a bunch of money.
Yes.
And you know, we are Africans, how we arrange our money.
Yes.
The cleaner bills, they start.
Yes.
So the more you enter to inside, you are going to the
beaten ones.
The beaten ones, until the last ones.
The ones that have suffered.
The ones that have worked. So this guy, after I've done that, there was the expected token, not even a pay. There was an expected token.
Yes.
So he moved from the thousands, the 500s, the 200s, the 100s.
Yes.
Then he had the 50s.
The ones that have suffered in the hands of the matatus and the policemen.
And I remember that time he took 200 shillings and gave me 200 shillings. We've gone to Moranga. We've gone to Western. I've driven you well. I've saved you on fuel. And then he's giving me 200, the beaten ones. And actually we were standing outside a hotel. And he had told a friend, let us get inside here. We have lunch. Do you know what I did? It might seem like I was
arrogance.
Proud or arrogance. But I told him, jumnaenda kunywa chai, wacha hii niongezee, mununue samosa.
Mukunywa hiyo chai.
Because the dignity of a man.
Yes.
Sometimes even when you are down,
The lion in you.
never allow. Me, I always say this. Never allow somebody to trample on
Dr.
you.
Martin, you are inciting men.
No, you're doing a good job.
I'm telling you. You see, there are times that was out of arrogance.
Yes.
You see, it's not about the amount. It is never about the amount.
Yes.
It is about the attitude.
Yes, that's true.
The respect according to that money.
Yes.
How do you do all that? You give me the most beaten ones.
Yes.
And it's like
What do you take me for?
you are doing it with a lot of arrogance.
Yes.
I will not sit there. You put me down. I can take even 100, even 50, if it is given by respect.
From a clean heart, yes. Yeah.
From
Honorably.
Honorably.
Yes.
Honorably. You see, it's not about the amount. It's about honor. Because being a gentleman,
Yes.
I have given.
You have your ego in.
There is a time I gave somebody 100 shillings.
Yes.
Not because it was worth, but I said, I gave it with the respect. I said,
Yes.
sina kitu ingine,
Yes.
but I want to give, hii yenye niko nayo,
Yeah.
pokea ununue cha. It is, I can give you 100, and probably this 100, ukiingia hoteli haitakununulia chai. But utafurahia because the way I've given to you, ina heshima.
In fact, allow me to tell our viewer here. If you are a man, and you are, because this show is about men.
Yes.
It's a family show as well.
Yes.
But we want to say this. If you are helping a fellow man,
Yes.
please stop helping that man. And if you are giving him money,
Yes.
if you are giving a man counsel, please stop lecturing him in front of his family.
Exactly.
Stop lecturing him in front of the wife. If you are giving him 1,000, wacha kumaliza mtu kisiasa kwa nyumba yake. like you give him 1,000 na umwambie na hii mtu wa Mungu uchunge sana pesa haipatikani.
And you don't live there. Wewe unaenda. You're leaving him there. You imagine?
This is his
This is
kingdom.
castle. This is where he's king.
Yes.
You see, a man can be a servant everywhere else.
Yes.
But home,
He's the
he's
king's
expected
king.
because this, a man is defined by 3 C's. Number 1 is his castle.
Yes.
Number 2 is his culture. Number 3 is his communication.
Yes.
Now when you look at his castle, umekuja hapo mbele ya bibi yake, unamwambia hii 1000 nimekupatia na usizoe.
Na uangalie sana pesa
Uangalie.
haipatikani.
Na-
And in case of anything,
utumia akili.
ukwame,
Utumia akili.
uangalie sio kama hiyo ingine. And in fact, now that tells even this woman,
Yes.
next time, she should not even ask this man for money.
Ask this one.
He
Ask
should
this-
come
ask
for
this
you.
one.
And you are even telling the wife,
Ask
na
this
musikwame.
Msikwame niko.
Imagine that. Do you imagine? You see, the thing is, one day that man will rise.
Yes.
That one day that man will rise. You wonder why people call. They say so and so rose up, and then now they don't pick my calls anymore. No, ask many questions. There are certain calls Dr. Martin cannot miss.
Yes.
I can tell you for free.
Yes.
That Benson's phone call on his right now.
Yes.
Atasema, I will call that one back. very quickly.
Yes,
that's
yes.
true. But not all phone calls that defines missed calls. He's going to call back.
That's Yes, true.
Because and I, let me tell some men here. Don't wear your
Look
problems.
at this. Look at this.
Don't wear
Kabato.
your problems on your sleeves. Not everybody should know that you're bleeding.
Yes.
No, not everybody should know that you're bleeding. Use that time that the chips are down to know who your friends are, to sieve your friends.
Yes.
So that in your day of glory, I heard this man say, he told Jesus, say, remember me in your day of glory.
Yes.
Yes, we may be down today,
Yes.
but I can see where you're going.
Yes.
Man of God.
Remember
me in your
Yes.
day,
Yes.
because I believe in you. I believe in where we are going. We may be suffering today, but it will not always be so.
Yes.
I have seen this trend. I have seen men who have been devalued over time. When they finally come to their throne, they don't want anybody because they are bitter.
Yes.
And that's why I have to explain to some men to tell you that you must come out better and not bitter.
Yes.
Wow.
Let this season of affliction make you stronger, not weaker. When you come out, what will be revealed about you?
Yes.
Because this version is not the only version there is. You know, some of you, you are buried, but they didn't know you are seeds.
Yes.
Going to grow in another season. That in another season, you'd be the watermelon everybody is looking for.
Wow.
In another season, they'd be driving from around town to come and see you.
Yes.
This season, you are just a seed. Nobody is there. Nobody is seeing you. But next season is coming.
You're coming
next
out.
attraction is coming. You're coming out.
Yes.
And when you come out with the people that held your hand.
Yes.
Wow. Don't leave them behind.
Relationships are important.
Oh, relationships are important.
Yes.
Know who you are relating with.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go exposing yourself unnecessarily. You know, sometimes you are even calling people, borrowing them money, and some of them they force you to explain by use of a diagram what the money is for, how you will pay, and you are even down there. If you can help a man, you must not lend to him. If you can give him help, you must not lend to him. I think it is good to be open.
Yes.
If you are borrowing money from a fellow man, please. If you don't have money, if you are not sure of when you will repay, please tell that man, right now, I'm not promising
When.
but one day
Yes.
I will.
Yes.
So that you also keep that expectation. You manage that expectation.
Yes.
Our time is gone, but this is a conversation that we'll pick up from at some point.
Yes.
Johnny, I think the conversation we have just scratched the surface. We'll need this conversation.
just an
going forward.
introduction.
This is just an introduction.
For sure,
Yes.
We can't exhaust it.
But I want to give you, Dr. Martin, an opportunity
Yes.
to look at that camera,
Yes.
and just say how we can find you. Maybe just one encouragement to a man,
Yes.
and just say where we can find you.
Thank you very much. To all the men, I want to tell you this encouragement. We all know those small paths at the village. When you build a house, there are always those small footpaths that are always there. These paths are never engineered. These paths, nobody came, there was no allocated fund, but they become a path because somebody is walking on it. Somebody is trending on that ground. I want to encourage you today, where you want to be that path will happen. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. There'll be a way. So I'm happy to be together with you. You can find me through my social media, through Facebook. You'll find me at Martin Gicharu Simon. You can also find me through my page, Pastor Martin, Victory in Life. You can find me there. You can also find me through LinkedIn as Dr. Martin Gicharu. And I'll be happy to interact with you. To all men, be encouraged. Keep on walking. Keep on moving forward. After a while, that path that you are creating will be visible, and you will celebrate and you will enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Wow. And he is also a counselor, so in case you want a counselor, if you want to talk, you want to find a man you can talk to. And
Yes.
even those who are in Nakuru and around,
Yes.
please, you can get to him. Maybe you can share your number as well.
Okay. My number, you can get me through my Safaricom number, 0729 816 884. So that is my Safaricom number. You will get me through that, or through my email, martingicharu12@gmail.com. So those are my official open communication line. You will always find me through them. Thank you very
Wow.
much.
Thank you, sir. Johnny,
Amazing.
let people know what you are doing and how they can find you.
Yes. I live and work at Limitless Lifestyle Center. That's in Nakuru. And we have a YouTube page going by that name, Limitless Lifestyle Center 254. That's on YouTube. You can also find me on social media, John Mathenge Wanjohi, that's on Facebook, and Johnny Mathenge on TikTok. Let me say this to this one. Les Brown had a saying. He said, when life throws you down, be sure to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. If you can look up, you can get up. Let me explain to you that keep your head up. It doesn't matter how far down you have gone. Keep your head up. Keep your eyes focused on the prize. Remember, it's not over until you win.
Yes.
Wow. And that is maybe your number.
My number is 0715 974 907. That's 0715 974 907. You can reach me up on WhatsApp as well.
Johnny is also a counselor. If you are a man and you are looking for someone to talk to, if you have a son who is becoming possibly a thorn in the flesh to you, can link him. And I know he is doing very well with the young men as well. And even as they try to find those Form 4 leavers, they're trying to find their path in life.
Yes.
I think that's something you can do. I'm Joey Wisdom, your host. So delighted to always being here with you and empowering you as a man. Until next time, God bless you and good evening.
Amen.